You could take a guy like Canelo. This guy could do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
Can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can?
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Floyd Mayweather is back in the spotlight, and he's making waves by calling out Terence Crawford. Right after Canelo Alvarez's recent fight, Mayweather, famous for his perfect record and big personality, hinted that he might return for one more mega fight. Now, fans and boxing insiders are buzzing. A showdown between Mayweather and Crawford. One of today's most dangerous fighters has everyone talking. The excitement is building fast.
Let me ask you though, Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. Like, you only have to win 7 10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence "Bud" Crawford stayed undefeated by beating Canelo Alvarez in a huge fight on September 13th, 2025 at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. He won by unanimous decision and became the undisputed super middleweight champion. Crawford moved up to weight classes, but came in calm and ready. Even though Canelo had more size and power, Crawford outboxed him with speed, smart footwork, and sharp punches, taking full control of the fight.
What do you think? What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I loved the fight, man. I loved the fight. I did not know how it was gonna go. I didn't think the weight was gonna be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record saying I didn't think it was gonna be a problem, but it stood to be seen. It needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab, and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was gonna go. And I knew that Bud was only gonna get stronger and get bolder, and start to wear him down. Because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax saying that, Bud. I've been on wax saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud's the best. Like, he's hands down. He's the best. He's the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease. Right? You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by taking Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was, Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to the spin. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, I mean, you have to take it.
Mayweather didn't just support Crawford, he bet on him. Even though Crawford was the underdog, Mayweather put $50,000 on him at plus 148 odds. When Crawford won, Mayweather made $124,000. But it wasn't just about winning money. The bet showed how much confidence Mayweather has in Crawford's skills and proved once again that he really knows the sport better than most.
Check this out, guys. Floyd Money Mayweather just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're going to hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather bet on Crawford and made some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rival.
After the fight, Mayweather praised Crawford big time, calling him the best boxer in the world right now. He was impressed by Crawford's focus, talent, and how he's been able to dominate across different weight classes. For Mayweather, being pound for pound great means more than just winning titles. It means beating the best again and again. And he believes Crawford has done exactly that.
Right now, in your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Crawford has always looked up to Mayweather not just for how he fought, but how he handled his whole career. That respect has grown into a real connection. Crawford says he listens closely to Mayweather's advice and actually follows it. Their relationship is more than just mentor and student. It's about shared goals, legacy, and knowing what it takes to be truly great.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real. Real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, beat his ass. Never. That's some hate type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person.
At a recent press conference, Canelo made a surprising comment. I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather. That raised eyebrows, especially since Mayweather gave Canelo his first loss back in 2013 when Canelo was just 23 and undefeated. But Crawford's latest win was next level in speed, footwork, and smart game plan shut down Canelo completely. Even after moving up to weight classes, Crawford made it look easy with slick defense and sharp counter punches.
It's with Fight Hub TV right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
My
two,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine. So I cannot think in that way, but I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd.
Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, didn't stay quiet after Canelo's bold comment. He fired back, saying Canelo was just trying to make his loss look better by hyping up Crawford. Jeff reminded people that Floyd beat Canelo when Canelo was already in his prime and rejected the idea that Floyd was past his best at the time. He gave Crawford his props, but made it clear no one can touch Floyd's defense.
Well, also if we remember, Canelo that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
yeah. What was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23? 25?
yeah, very, very young in the game, obviously.
Yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people.
How you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, so, and that's why Canelo was saying what he's saying.
But I mean,
to make himself look like he did something.
Boxing promoter Eddie Hearn didn't agree with Canelo either. He said Crawford's career doesn't match Floyd's. Hearn pointed out that many of Crawford's opponents were past their prime, and while beating Canelo was huge, Floyd's list of victories is deeper and more impressive. In Hearn's view, Mayweather still has the strongest resume in modern boxing.
The Floyd Mayweather that Canelo Alvarez fought.
Yeah.
And the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring.
Yeah.
Who's the better fighter, Jim?
Of course you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time. Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ. You know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so great.
Carmelo Martin also stepped in to defend Floyd, calling him the GOAT greatest of all time. He praised Crawford's performance, especially against Canelo, but said greatness isn't just about one big fight. Mayweather's long unbeaten streak, high-level skills, and years of dominance are what set him apart. Martin made it clear, Crawford is great, but Floyd is in a different league altogether.
Fight. Canelo saying that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that?
No, I don't, but I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault, his resume's not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns, right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. It's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion, but you can't say that he is, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing. But if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights. But a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. Even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Gamboa, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo, like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really trying to get a finish?
Crawford responded to all the Floyd comparisons with calm confidence. He said every great fighter should be judged by their own era, and in his era, he's the best. He didn't think it made sense to compare himself directly to Floyd after the fight. His trainer Brian Bomac McIntyre said Crawford won't be jumping into another match right away. The win was huge, and now it's time to rest. After 12 tough rounds, Crawford's earned a break.
Where do you sit with this? Because 2 pound-for-pound greats of this era. Canelo, we see the resume. Crawford, 2-time undisputed. Potentially this weekend becomes 3. I've said in a few interviews, is it skills pay the bills, or does a good big man beat a good little man? How do you see it?
I feel like the skills pay the bills, and I feel like Crawford's not that much littler than Canelo. We've seen in the face-off that they're around the same size. If not, Crawford like a little bigger. Yeah, for sure. So, you know, really just, we're going to see tomorrow, you know, how it plays out. Whoever the better man is that night, I feel like will win. You know, I feel like it's even playing fields and, you know, both guys coming ready. So we're just going to have to see.
If Terence does win this, a lot of people are saying that puts him as the greatest of all time. Now, I know it's hard because obviously you've been with Floyd and a lot of people are saying Floyd is great. But does that at least put him in that conversation with your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Sugar Ray Leonard's, all the greats of the past, and obviously Canelo obviously as well because he'll be there. Does that put him there?
Yeah, for sure. You know, of course, nobody will ever feel like Floyd will always be the greatest.
Floyd Mayweather has a unique perspective. He beat Canelo way back in 2013, when Canelo was young and undefeated. That win showed Floyd's elite defense and sharp boxing brain. Now, years later, Floyd is turning his attention to Crawford, the man who just beat the same Canelo. By calling out Crawford, Mayweather isn't just making headlines, he's proving that he still sees himself as one of the best, and the boxing world is watching closely.
You know what? We're going to get back in the gym. We're going to get back in the gym, and we're going to assess that. And, you know, right now I just want him to go on vacation, have some fun, spend time with his family, man, because we trained for like probably a half a year for that fight. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of time spent away from home, a lot of time spent away from the family. So I just want him to just go get back home.
You went for you?
Yeah.
Never get me? Maybe it's a thing.
Appreciate you.
What you saying about training a half a year?
You trained almost a half a year for that fight. So, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was so sharp. You know, everybody.
Bernie the boxer, one of Crawford's closest friends, didn't hold back. After the fight, he said, "They tried to rob us." Bernie thought the judges didn't give Crawford enough credit for how much he dominated. He said Crawford landed the better shots, controlled the ring, and set the pace, but the scorecards didn't reflect it fully. Even with a win, Bernie felt the scoring was too close, proving that judging in boxing is still a hot topic.
This is the second time he destroyed every myth. Can he take a punch? Is he strong? Is this guy too strong? Man, he did everything. He did everything. Didn't he? Stood and fought with him. See how he
within the pocket. Within the pocket.
Turned him. Did everything. Talking about he too strong. Turned him a couple times. Pushed it.
I mean, you fought Floyd Mayweather at what, dude, 23?
23.
That's so fucking young. And he was like, that was when he was probably at his prime,
in his
right?
prime.
And you're only 23. What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him because, you know, if you beat him, you're gonna be the best in the world at 23. So imagine that. But you know, he was the better man that night. A lot of experience. He's a great fighter. So, but I